guys, welcome back to another episode of Revisited. Today we are revisiting Spider-Man 2. This is the second installment into Tobey Maguire's trilogy of Spider-Man movies, and this is again, same as the first one that I haven't seen for a long time. In the build-up to the new No Way Home movie, I'm doing all of the Spider-Man movies, so if you want to see them, please subscribe and also go back and watch the other one if you missed it. But Spider-Man 2 is a movie that is a sequel to the first, and the first brought so much great drama, tension, even the effects were, I thought, fantastic in the first one, and just the cast choices were brilliant. I really enjoyed the first one, and the second one just led on and just carried going and just kept building on the stories and the characters that we all loved in the first one, and just kept developing them so well. That was one of my biggest surprises watching this again, is some of the cast in the first movie. Their story just got so much better. They were just so much more developed. We just started to know much more about them, and it was a very clever character writing, in my opinion. We also did get some new characters in this movie. Alfred Molina, who actually is playing Dr. Octopus, and also is going to be playing Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man No Way Home. You can see here on the front here, this is his basically the villain of the movie is him, and I thought it was excellently done. He was a brilliant cast choice, and he just played that persona of a bad guy really well, but he also played, I think, a better bad guy as a good guy at the beginning, when Peter Parker and him were chatting and stuff. I think he played a really good character, to be honest with you, and I'm really intrigued to see how he's going to perform in the MCU now with the Tom Holland and hopefully Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield when they're in the new movie. The development though of Mary Jane Watson and Peter Parker's relationship just grew and grew, and by the end of the movie, obviously she knew he was Spider-Man, and it just is a beautiful moment. I am so in love with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst as a partnership. I think Peter Parker and MJ, they're just literally who they are, like from the cartoons that I used to watch. It's just that is them. I just love it, absolutely love it. They're perfect cast choices, and their role and their characters just developed so well in this movie, and I loved that. I really did. The soundtrack in the movie I thought was good as well. It just built on from the last one, but also kept some of the traditional themes from the first one that made it great, and just carried that going into the forefront. James Franco in this movie was like wanting revenge, thinking Spider-Man actually killed his father, which he did, but he didn't, because he kind of killed himself. William Dafoe did, in a way, but that was developed, and it's hard to just. James Franco comes across as like a spoiled kid in this movie, and just like just really like a teenager in a way. So I didn't really like his persona of him, but it is what it is. It's one of those things. But for me, I thought this was a fabulous movie. I just thought it just developed from the first one. It just continued on. It definitely had a bigger budget. I think some of the effects look much better than the first one. I think we also had a few more shots of Spider-Man actually swinging through New York than we did in the first one. They were just much better done, in my opinion. And we also had the famous train scene where he literally stops a train with the webs and stuff, and it just was a perfect movie, rounded off great, and I think I actually preferred it to the first one. So my rating for this movie is going to be a solid 9 out of 10. It is up there as like probably one of the best Spider-Man films out there. This is an interesting film. I think it's got great character development for like the second one in a trilogy. We'll see how the third one is now. I mean, obviously they didn't get to finish the trilogy because they thought they were going to do a fourth movie, so we'll see how that actually ended, and what questions were left answered, I guess. But this is definitely a solid entry into Spider-Man, on the big screen and stuff. If you have never seen this film, I would highly recommend you do, as with all the other Tobey Maguire movies. And 9 out of 10 for me for Spider-Man 2. I thought all the cast choices were perfect. We did lose like Willem Dafoe, a great actor, but Alfred Molina came in and just picked up the role of like the villain for me, and was just fantastic. The technology definitely improved in that 2 years since the first movie. It definitely got better. They definitely ironed out a lot of things, and they were able to do a lot of good stuff. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed this movie, and like I said, 9 out of 10. For me, it's going to be one of the best. So there it is, guys. There is my revisiting of Spider-Man 2. Stay tuned for Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man, and obviously Far From Home and Homecoming. I'm going to do them all. Stay tuned for that. Subscribe. But there's my Spider-Man 2 revisited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.